Divine Karen Yamlamba. I am 25 years old and I am from the Democratic Republic of Congo. My expectations for the Summit for Democracy was to hear different voices from all over Africa coming together to find solutions for the challenges that affect us all. I would say that my expectations were exceeded because I not only heard different voices conversing, but I saw people from different corners of the continent coming together to find those solutions, especially the young people, because we know that we are the future right now. I would also say my key takeaway from all of our discussions would be the discussion on Pan-Africanism, when one of the panelists mentioned that before we can even talk about reparations and reconciliation with what has happened in the past, we need to address the trauma that Africans have been through. Thank you very much.
My name is Maria Kasoma. I am from Zambia and I am a 24-year-old. I attended the side event for the Summit for Democracy, and going in I was expecting to see youth participation in the various dialogues related to democracy in Africa and the world at large. That expectation was met, though I really wish that there were more youth participating and lending their voice. I also was impressed by how we got to learn from the older generation and to glean knowledge and wisdom from them. My key takeaway is to understand the context in which everything happened in the past before we critique it, and to appreciate just where we're coming from in order for us to forge a future that is beneficial to us.
My name is Nainis Banda, a 24-year-old young leader from Zambia. My expectation coming to the summit was for the voices of youth and young African leaders to be heard. I must say my expectations were half made because the summit didn't have a lot of government officials present, so I believe some of the voices and the problems that we aired out were not really heard by the government officials, who are the ones who are supposed to take these problems into account. So I think it could have been very nice if we had a lot of government officials present from Zambia and from other countries as well. My key takeaway from the summit was for us youth to always be united and to always take up space. I took this point from the dialogue that we had as the young African leaders from the alley. We had a dialogue to air out our different views and to point out the importance of youth in leadership. Thank you.
Inez Nanga, Elizabeth Juma, Nina 22 years old, a young female leader of Zambia. So, Pamela attend summit, Pamela expect for na youth kupeza ma solutions ya ma problems ya community face na Zambia na the whole Africa. But unfortunately, my expectations younger half met because sinaone my youth yambi mamene zoshita expect. But bana pesa ma solutions make country yene la kupaka ma policies na community. And then take away anger only summit say that Tifunikila Bunkala united as my youth. One thing we've all noticed is that my youth, we are not united.
Actually, I did it once I got Zambia in 18 years, and I think pushed against Summit for Democracy. I feel like somebody the name of the activity to a different thing. Really, I feel like for Mona sana my government sana but tabali so ndemo na kwati fortunately I expect Mona tabia so the next time unaweza wakati sana invite ama government officials then na my youth then after I send them on the floor they have to like for my youth to go katana pa no send them messages and say what later then for me let you go for characters and yama leaders wa my youth.
Hi everybody. everybody. My name is Esther Banda. I'm 22 years from Zambia. I'm a young leader from the Amazon Leadership Initiative. My expectations were to get answers from the government why youths they don't participate and also interact and to learn more. Some of my expectations were made, some were not made. And the key point that I'm going to take away is to spread the knowledge that I've had and to hold accountability to the government if they don't fulfill what they said. Thank you.
Munishani Vonse. My name is Delphine Musonda. I'm 23 years old, a Zambian. I'm a young female leader at the Amazon Leadership Initiative. My expectations going to the summit was to see democracies across Africa and the Southern globe come up with strategic, innovative ways to give to their people what they want. Those people who are mostly youths. I also wanted to see the involvement of youths when it comes to democracy, because there's a Bembe saying that goes, which means great ideas or good ideas can also come from the younger generations. My key takeaway from the summit was that for Africans, in order for us to achieve Pan-Africanism, we need to mobilize, work together because we're one. Thank you.
Bonjour à tous, je suis Nadège Aguirre-Montet. Je viens du Togo. Je participe depuis le mardi au deuxième sommet sur la démocratie. Et j'avoue qu'avant de venir, je ne m'attendais pas à grand chose. Je voulais apprendre ces choses sur la gouvernance locale, sur la démocratie. Mais là, j'ai appris beaucoup de choses et j'ai eu le privilège de participer au panel sur la participation des jeunes aux élections et à la gouvernance locale. Et là, les expériences sont ouf. J'espère que j'aurai des occasions comme ça de participer à d'autres rencontres internationales et surtout avec les jeunes du Amazon Leadership Initiative. Merci beaucoup.
My name is Exuda Waliamulanga. I'm a young female leader from Zambia and I'm 25 years old. My expectations for the Summit for Democracy was to have more intergenerational dialogues and see quite a number of youths. But we realized that not enough youths were invited for the summit. And my takeaway from this is that we youth should take up the spaces because we have a number of the older generation who are rooting for us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Andile Ashley Mahunje and I am a young female leader of the Amazon Leadership Initiative and the Secretary General of the Southern African Caucus of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Zimbabwe. My expectations from the summit were to learn about how to be a leader of today and not of tomorrow, and breaking the status quo that young people are leaders of tomorrow. And also my expectations were to get advice from the older generation on how we can be able to take up space and tackle the issues of discrimination and not being given equal opportunities at important tables. Yes, my expectations were met and I was very happy about what I learned from the summit, and also my major takeouts were learning to be able to challenge the information that we consume as young people and not just consuming it without being able to interrogate it, and also having the desire to be part of the spaces that create this information, and also the importance of Pan-Africanism as young people and not looking at the development of Africa as trying to make it as the Western countries. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I was born and raised in South Africa and I'm 22 years old. Attending the Summit for Democracy in Zambia, I had expectations of, wanting to find out if people in power are willing to hear what young people have to say about issues affecting them, especially in the democratic space. And I'm very happy to see that although they're a bit hesitant, because they're so used to having power and making all the decisions, they are understanding that as young people, we have the capacity to take up space and be in those positions. And so my key takeaway is definitely understanding that my potential and knowing that although my dreams are valid, I have the chance to really get the support from the older generation to understand that they can support me in any way that I want to. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Upile Kaira. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Zambia. So far, some of my expectations of the summit have been met. Well, considering that democracy has been around for over 30 years, I was expecting more youth engagement, but so far we've had more discussions and I've met youths from different parts of Africa and we're facing similar problems. And there's need for more of the youth to engage and more of the political discussions. And we've also been able to interact with the older generations who have imparted in us knowledge that would help us to go further in actually putting forth our views as the youth. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mary Koli. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Nigeria, a young female leader of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. My expectations for the Summit for Democracy was basically to understand the scorecard of African democracy and how it has included youths in its delivery. And I believe that a lot of my expectations were, actualized, but then action plans need to be put in place in order to include women, youths, and also persons with disability. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. أنا اسمي يارا. أنا من السودان. عمري 26 سنة. I am a young female leader for the Amazon Leadership Initiative. I attended the summit here on democracy in Zambia. My expectation was for our ideas as young people to almost be dismissed, but I was pleasantly surprised in the fact that a lot of the older generation were quite interested to hear and listen to what we had to contribute. My key takeaway is that even though there was a pleasant surprise that the older generation were willing to kind of include the younger generation in conversations that are very pertinent to our current day and age, is that there still needs to be a lot of work done. A lot of inclusion needs to happen. Thank you so much.
Mulishani Wonse, that's hello in Bemba. I'm from Zambia. My name is Grace Vesa and I'm 29 years old. I'm a member of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. And I'm very happy to be part of the Summit for Democracy. My expectations, well, I was expecting to be around my fellow youths all over Africa, and that expectation has been met. I've come to realize that we're more alike than we are unalike. We've learned so much, we've interacted, and we've also had conversations with the older generation. And it's very important because what I've come to learn is that in as much as we get mentorship from the older generation, even the older generation can get mentorship from the younger generation. In my language in Bemba, they say, so it also means that wisdom can also come from the young to the old. This summit has been exceptional, and my further expectations would be for us to have more sessions and more interactions like this. Thank you so much.
Habari yako, jina yangu ni Angisha Miriam Bubeka na nina miaka 25, natoka Nairobi, Kenya, na nimekuja kwa niaba ya the Amazon Leadership Initiative na tulikuja kujulishwa kuhusu kidemokrasia. My expectations to come to this conference was to understand how the youth can better be involved in political participation and to be able to understand democracy very well. And I can say that my expectations are made to a greater degree because now I'm able to know which institutions I can participate in order to make my voices heard, especially the Amazon Leadership Initiative. And my take-home message is we as youth need to be actively involved in political participation, democracy, and just to make our voices heard. And I would love to personally thank the Amazon Leadership Initiative for such an amazing opportunity that enabled me to network with other young female leaders from different countries and other delegates and leaders from different countries and continents. Thank you so much.
My names are Milimo Namwaka Mayenza. I am a Zambian young female leader, age 24, and my expectations from this summit were for youths to interact and learn more from experienced leaders and also to share innovative ideas. And based on the experience, which was truly enlightening, I truly learned a lot, although not all my expectations were met, because I expected it to be more interactive and not necessarily for us to be excluded from the main event. However, I truly am grateful for the experience regardless. And my key takeaway from the entire experience is that we as young Africans have got a lot of potential and we are going to be great leaders today, tomorrow, and we hope that the older generation are proud of us and are going to trust in us with this great responsibility.
Hi everyone, my name is Lina Shidika. I am from Namibia and I am the Funding and Partnership Associate at the Amazon Leadership Initiative. I am also the coordinator of the Southern Africa Caucus, which consists of a Pan-African network of young female leaders, which brings together young female leaders. We call them a Pan-African network of young female leaders from the age of 14 to 29, so that we can empower them and give them mentorship so that they can take up spaces. At the moment, the ALI is established in 21 African countries, and we have over 3,000 young female leaders from all over Africa. And currently, we are attending a summit for democracy where the ALI has brought together 23 girls from different countries, 10 from other African countries, namely Nigeria, DRC, Sudan, Namibia here, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Togo, we have Kenya. So what we do at the Amazon Leadership is that we empower young women and girls to give them the confidence so that they can take up leadership positions. The takeout from the summit was that the effect that the absence and the ignorance as the youth have on national democratic matters. As young female leaders, as the youth, we need to involve ourselves in national matters that are affecting us. Other than that, we are looking forward to partnering with other organizations that aligns with what we do at the Amazon Leadership Initiative that has the same values as us. If you want to reach out to us, please visit our website, which is www.theali.org. Thank you for that.